Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about two levels that I added for members, and I'm going to talk about the membership perks that come with those two levels. So I added a silver and a gold level, and I'm constantly being asked, like, if I sell some of the art that I do, or some of the stuff that I do on the channel. So I decided that I was gonna make it available to the people that do help out the channel in terms of being a member. So it's just gonna be free for them. So today I'm gonna be talking about the 490 Corgi Toys window box. Apparently this box, it's nowhere to be found, but this one is actually custom made to be able to fit on a 8x5 by 11 paper and a regular printer, inkjet printer. We're going to talk about the paper that I use, the acetate, other tools. It took me close to 17 hours to be able to design it, to take it to this level. It's not exactly the same as the original, so I went by pictures that I found on the internet. I believe the original one is a little bit taller, but if I did design it like that, it would not fit in a regular size paper. So you would have had to use like a 13 by 19, I think is the next size, and most people don't have that big printers like that. So you would have had to like take it to a printer site, which is just gonna add more cost. So I decided to make it a custom level where you could get it printed in your house, and once you have the appropriate the proper paper. So in the future I have these other Corgi toys here. I got two Corvettes, one in red, one silver. This one has a broken bumper, as you can see there. I'm gonna have to fix it. And I have the Ferrari with flat tires. So the goal is that in the future I'll create window boxes for all these models. I don't know a lot about Corgi toys. I think all of them at one point or another had a version with a window box. Window boxes were like later on. So like this, because I've learned that this type of rim means that the car is old, so it probably did not come in a window box. This one is like the intermediate, with the one with the wire wheels. It did not come with a window box. Molded wheels like those usually came in a window box. Let me take this out so you can see it. This is not glued down yet. So this is a future project that I'm going to restore here in the channel. I also made the stickers for the doors and the chevron sticker for the back. I'll show them later on the video. Another trick or tip that I'm going to show you, here's another one which I only bought just to get the hook, because on this one the hook is broken and this mechanism here seems to like want to fall apart. This other one here seems to be in better condition. So from the two I'll probably make one, and from this one I'll try and make it a custom and turn it into the pickup one. I forget the number, I think it's 413, so I don't have to seal the back, remove this. But I want to paint it the same color as the one in the box, which apparently I haven't seen any real one like that. They're all a different color. But we'll get to that when we get to the restoration video, right? Another tip that I wanted to show you is these sponges. And the sponges, in case you want to like save your models, you can fit, I believe, 2 Hot Wheels, regular size Hot Wheels, 1 Corgi toy. They're about 1/43 scale. So this, I get them in Dollar Tree. Look, this is the original Mr. Clean. This is like the imitation, and you get 2 in 1 box. So this is the purpose of this, is to clean. But see, I with an X-Acto knife, it's easy to carve out. And for example, I could just leave it like that, or I could create, you see how easy this cuts? So I'm gonna try to make the roof. So I'm gonna try to cut like this. To carve out the space. Right, so I'll be back when I'm done. Alright, so I'm back. So I carved out all of this, and now I've made like a nice little box here to keep the car there. So this is just another option. So let's jump into how to create the box. Alright, so let's talk about the box. There's gonna be 2 new levels, membership levels. So there's one level that's gonna have the silver. It's gonna have the ability to download watermarked art. Like for example, it has my page right there, and it says Diecast Show Customs here on the side, and here on the back. And then the gold level, they're going to be able to download everything without any type of watermark. Now, there's 2 type of papers that you can use. This type, you can see, is glossy. This paper is specifically made for inkjet. It's glossy on one side, matte on the other. And then I have this other paper, which is cardstock. It's kind of thick, and it's matte on both sides. Actually, and this one is sold for laser printers, but it works on my inkjet printer. This box I printed with this paper, that's why it doesn't seem glossy. So it's really up to you. You can see I have small boxes in here. Nothing was glued down, just so I could show you. Like I said before, I've played around with the design, and the first one I did, I made I call the floor box. I made it the same length, but that made the box kind of weak, and it did not hold the casting very nicely. Now with that trick that I just showed you with the sponges, you could actually cut one of these with one of the sponges, but it's really up to you. The acetate, look how nice and clear that is, nicely bent. There's 2 options for this. You can buy a pack of acetate. They're clear. These are 12 by 12 sheets. The good thing about this is that you can basically build any type of box and any type of custom, anything that you really want to do. So they come with a protective film on both sides. That's why it doesn't look clear, but it is crystal clear. Let me see if I could if I could peel this other side so you can see. Now this stuff is great for making new windshields. See, it is a little bit stronger than the bubble on a regular Hot Wheels blister, so it works great for that. But if you go that route, you need a few tools to make the bend. Now the best tool, it's gonna be a long video because there's a lot of explaining. You're gonna need a board like this. There are different brands. I like this one, stamping up. You can see it has grooves. This one is big enough to fit a very large 12 by 12 sheet. It comes with a hidden compartment here that you have to push up and then open, and then it has these little tabs where you could just hook on these holes just to help you out, mark where you have to score. You can use it for the car stock or the acetate. So if you're going to use it for acetate, it comes with this tool here. But the important thing is, this is what you need. That metal ball pointed tip. This tool you could get separately like this. This is what I use to do details on a car, like small details. They're usually done made for like doing nails and stuff like that, but see on the other side they're rubber silicone, so they work very nice when painting tight spaces. You can see it has the same, and this one is actually better for the acetate. The smaller the tip, the better the crease line. So let me see if I can find the smaller one. I think it's this one. Look at the size difference. Like I said, the smaller the little ball, the better the crease line. Let me give you a little example here. Well, first, let me show you an alternative. So you have to spend a lot to get all these tools to make something custom, right? But if you're doing only one thing, when you go to a dollar store, check this out. I found this box of straws for only $1.49, and it has crystal clear acetate. It's made out of that. Here's the other one. This is a piece I cut for this box, and it's bent by a machine. That's why you have that nice crisp edge here. So we're gonna try to make something similar. All right, so I cut a piece to use it as an example. I'm going to use the tool that they provide. I'll leave a link to this, and I believe the only place that you could get it is on eBay. And I'll also leave a link to alternative on Amazon, but just remember they're smaller. I'm going to use the smaller size here. And with acetate, you actually have to go over it quite a few times. And I'm doing the line. Well, it is crooked because I'm not standing up. Well, that's because this corner over here, it was crooked. Let's do it over here. This right here is the original one. Let's do one right here. Okay. Work very nice. Not as crisp as this one, but pretty sure that if I get it with the little this one, yep, now it's sharper. Check it out. So these are your options for bending acetate. So with a piece like this, I could maybe create a smaller box for, like example, a matchbox, and create a window box for a matchbox that never really existed, and therefore you could get a box and you can still see the car instead of having a picture. This is the good thing about the window box. All right, let me get this out of here. All right, so with each download, you're gonna get three sheets. And remember, this is for 8.5 by 11 paper. It doesn't fit on a A4 paper. A4, it's thinner and it will not fit. So you get one labeled floor box, the other one corner boxes. So floor box, corner boxes. Now, and of course the full color. Silver gets the watermarked, gold gets the one without watermarks. So how to prepare this? Well, you can use the tool that I just showed you to do the scoring, or if you have a nice ruler, identify where you're going to bend and where you're going to cut. For example, this right here will be a cut line. This over here, it's a cut line. Everything else needs to be scored so you could bend. So let me stand up here. Put the ruler here. Line it. I'm not using the thinnest one. I'm using kind of an intermediate one. And I like to score before cutting. Make sure that everything's lined up. Now the design is perfectly lined up, but you have to remember that when the printer grabs the paper, it will try to turn it just a little bit, so it might not print perfectly. You gotta keep that in mind. Let me finish this one. Then I'm gonna explain to you about the other one. Try to get it the best possible alignment, or the box is not gonna bend the right way. There's also a knife that you could buy, and I guess you could use it for this part where you're not dealing with any pictures or ink, but I don't trust it. Now we're gonna do the other side. If you don't do this now, once you cut it, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult because there's no pictures that you could go buy. I'll show you the knife in a bit. I like to use a metal ruler as they tend to be more straight than the sheep plastic or wooden ones. Alright, so that's it. That's all the bent lines here. This one, and then cross. Let me show you the other one. So this is the corner boxes. You basically have to go this way 2 times, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So each box has 4 lines that you have to score. So if you do it now before cutting it, you could do 2 boxes with ones. Let me get the knife. So this is a Olfa knife made in Japan. There's I believe 3 different revisions. This is the last one, which is LA-X. This is the last one they did. Black blade means that it's one of the sharpest one. But it comes with this tip over here. And this is actually for opening paint cans, right? Instructions also say you can use this to like unscrew like a light switch in your house. Use it as a flat tip screwdriver. But you probably seen this on the channel of Paul Restorer. He uses this for everything. Before using it on ink, I'll probably sand it down to remove some of the edges here, just to make sure it doesn't scratch the ink. But other than that, it like right now it's all original. You can see that it has like a line here that if it catches the paper, it'll probably break it. But they're very nice knives. Very nice. This is not a score line. This is a cut line. But you could do a score because it will help you cut it. You see I did it out of the line. So it works. See? It works. So it's really up to you. So you buy a knife with a tip to buy a can, or you buy these tools which could do the same thing, plus you have the ability to do details on your customs. Alright, so let me finish up scoring this and I'll be back. Alright, so I just scored the lines on this one. Here, here, cross, cross. Now before cutting the space here, I like to bend this line. It just guarantees me that it's going to be aligned, and it's going to be a lot easier to build the box later on. Alright, let me cut it up and I'll be back. Alright, so for the last step, you're gonna have to do this with the small boxes too. Once you cut up everything, this corner right here, you need to cut here and on this one. And over here, if you put it like this, you have to cut here and here. I like to do that all the way at the end because it tends to be safer and faster. For example, it's pretty much common sense. You need this to bend, but when the box is all like this, you need this 3 pieces to be separated. So you can use a ruler or you can use a scissor, however you feel more comfortable. And just separate this so you can create 3 separate pieces. Now in the past, when I've done like a custom blister for a Hot Wheels, I've been asked on how to do it or the paper. Well, here it is. I use the glossy for the front and the matte for the back, and then I glue both sides together, and that makes the blister card thick enough, similar to an original one. And how to join them? This glue right here. It's the best glue there is for this type of job. This glue will glue down the acetate, the cardboard with the acetate perfectly. But for this job, because it's such a wide area that I have the space, I'm going to be using this very thin double-sided tape. Everything, all the tools here will have links down below if you want to check it out. Now, because I'm not going to be using the other box that I did, I'm going to be reusing the same acetate. But before I install it, I want to make sure I take care of all the bends that I have to do. So once you score, it bends very, very easy. And just like the original, once you bend, you're going to lose some of that color. This is more noticeable on the glossy paper. It doesn't really happen on the other matte paper. Look, I forgot to score the other side. So that's okay. Luckily there's a clear line where I can do it. It's a clear separation here. I like to go about 3 times. So now let me see which way can I fit the acetate better. Yep. Let's see how it fits on this side. Yep. So I could get away with a small piece here, here, and the long side will get more tape. Let me tape it up and I'll be back. Alright, so you see the tape is on the box. Let me take off the protective film. Let me see which side it's the easiest. There you go. So this tape here, but it's still covered up. I want to bend, make sure it's aligned with the box. That side is too long, so let me flip it. See, now it's there. And all I have to do now is come back here, do these sides. You see that you can do this with the glue, but it's going to be a little bit more difficult. Plus the glue, you have to let it dry, and the glue is also the glue I use when I do like a custom blister. That's the glue I use to glue back the bubble. It's fantastic glue. It does take a while to dry up, but when it does, it's rock solid. Now I bend the box to look for the line. And there it is. Now all I have to do is bend this other part here, which is the inner lip. It'll meet up like this. I could put another piece of tape here, or you could use glue. Now you can see that this is almost as wide. So I'm gonna do the same thing I did here on the side. I'm gonna cut a strip and then I'll cut it down the middle to make it thinner. You don't know how difficult this is because I can't see with the camera in front of me. There. Yeah, so I have some overlapping here. Let's see if I could cut it right there. See, you really need a sharp X-Acto to remove the protective film. There it is. So right now everything should be lining up. These two corners right here. Right there. Right there. Got yourself a box. Now, it all depends on, I believe on the real ones, it's facing that way. It all depends on how you want to put it. there it is, the $4.90. So if you decide to join as a member, depending on the level, if you become a silver, I'll add you to my Google Drive. You buy your email, and then you can download the one with the watermarks. If you join as a gold member, then I'll add you by your email on the gold level, and you can download the one without watermarks. Okay, so to finish up, here's the artwork for the stickers on the side and the chevron for the back. So there's two ways of doing this. Either you buy paper like this, which is peel and stick. This is matte. So basically this is used for printing shipping labels. You could just peel it here and it's sticky. Once you print, you can cut it out. Or for doing small stuff like this, which is what I did, of course you could do this once you get the art. You could do it as a water slide, it's up to you. I decided to do it paper sticker like the original. Have here the Avery all-purpose labels. They happen to be big enough, or I created the art so it's grouped tight enough where it can fit in one of these. So I just cut it up. I first print it like this so I know where it is, and then I went over, taped it with clear Scotch tape, and then I print it again, and here it is. So the gray part, it's just to let you know where you have to cut, and then you basically, once you cut it, you peel and you stick it. Let me get the thing. So here it is. You pretty much see that they are to scale. I'm not going to be using the breakdown, so there you go. See, same size. Same size. So this is again for members. When you print, make sure the printer is not on landscape, it's vertical, horizontal. All the arts are done to be printed like long way up, not sideways. And if you buy the glossy paper, of course you're gonna have to go in the settings. If you're using Windows 10, it's gonna be a PNG, so you can print directly from the file. Click print, and it's gonna give you some settings. Make sure it's again portrait mode, and you pick glossy paper, and then print quality, you print the best. With this, because this is matte, I mean you can't really do much. You can put it on the best, but you can't put it on glossy paper then, because it'll create a mess. So this artwork is gonna be included. Now it's gonna be it. Thank you for watching. Peace out.